Hello and welcome to the classroom. So come out and say hi to our friends. If you're new here, my name is Miss Kathy and this is Sue, and in our classroom every day you're going to get a letter of the day with a theme that goes along with it and lots of fun learning activities. Well, let's get started right away, Sue. Today's letter is Q, and Q is for quarter, and we'll talk about all the coins in America. And we'll make a bank today, and we'll read a book about a little boy who wants to buy something with his money, but you'll have to wait to see what he wants to buy. So Sue, why don't you have a seat? Tell our friends goodbye for now. You can come back later, Sue, but right now we have to do our class job. We have to feed Fred, our pet fish. There you go, Fred. Well, now that Fred has been fed, let's turn around and do our calendar time. The month is October. Let's reach into our pail and see how we're going to count today. Whisper. We're going to whisper today. We're going to count very quietly. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Today is October 12th. Can you say today's date? October 12th. If you want to know what day of the week it is, go up to the top. It starts with a T and an H. Those letters together make the sound the. So what day starts with that sound? The Thursday. Thursday. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. Well, it is time to look outside the window and see what your weather is like for today. Okay, did you check? Do you know what your weather is like? Is it sunny, cloudy, windy, or rainy? When I do like this with my microphone, you can shout out whatever your weather is. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? It is out today. It is out today. Well, let's dress Weather Bear. And for us, it's a rainy day. So I'm going to put on Weather Bear's pants and t-shirt. But then I'm going to also put on some rain boots for Weather Bear and a raincoat and a rain hat. It's going to be a rainy day for us, Weather Bear. And what is the season right now? The season is fall. Very good. The season is fall. Okay, well, that was our calendar and weather time. And now it's time for our letter of the day. Today's letter is the letter Q. Does your name have a letter Q in it? If your name has letter Q, stand up. If your name has letter Q, stand up. If your name has letter Q, if your name has letter Q, if your name has letter Q, stand up. Well, today Q is for quarter. I have a quarter right here. A quarter is a coin. It's one of 4 main coins in America. And I took a quarter and lots of other coins, and I did a coin rubbing to decorate my letter Q today. So you'll be flat on the table, so you can just put coins underneath. I taped mine because I wanted to show you and I didn't want them to slide. I just taped some coins underneath my Q. I can feel them with my fingers, and then I knew where to color on top. And now I can see what the coins look like. That's called a coin rubbing. So that's how you can decorate your Q today. Just put some coins underneath and color on top. Well, now that we can recognize letter Q, we'll practice writing it. But did you know that first you have to make a letter O? And we just learned about letter O. So let's make another letter O, go around and back. But now we want to turn this into a Q by coming inside and making a line that slides out. Slide out like that. Okay, so let's practice making some big letter Qs. If you're using handwriting paper, then you're going to make an O upstairs and downstairs. And then you're going to come downstairs and slide out to the green carpet. An O, little slide. Make an O and a little slide. An O and a little slide. Well, that's the big letter Q. To make the little letter Q, we're going to make a little letter O. Go around and back. And then right beside it, we're going to make a line that goes down. And then when we get to the bottom, we're going to bounce up, kind of like a bouncy ball. Now, if I cover up that bounce, then it looks like number 9. Little Q and number 9 look the same, except for that little bounce at the bottom. So let's start downstairs if you're using handwriting paper. Our little letters usually are downstairs. This one will go into the basement and bounce up. So make that little O downstairs and then a line that goes down and then bounce up. Circle down and bounce. Circle down and bounce. Well, I know you are doing a great job practicing. You're listening and you're learning. So let me cheer for you and give you a sticker for your handwriting paper. So now we know what letter Q looks like and we know how to write it. So next we'll talk about the sound that Q makes. Letter Q makes this sound. Qu, qu, qu. You try. Qu, qu, qu. Good. Letter Q says qu, qu, qu. Q says qu, 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 as in quiet. Q says qu, qu, qu. Well, we are going to play the quiet game today. So the way that we're going to play is I'm going to set the timer. And when the timer beeps, we're gonna be as quiet as we can and play the quiet game. But when the timer beeps, we'll see who won, who was the quietest, okay? Are you ready to play? Okay, what does letter Q say? Qu, 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 as in quiet. Get ready, get set, go. Whoa, that was a hard game. It was hard to be so quiet, but you did a great job. Let's play it again. What does letter Q say? Qu, 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 as in quiet. Get ready, get set, go. Oh, that was a hard game. You did so great. Letter Q says qu, 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 as in quiet. Let's play it once more. You ready, get set, go. Letter Q says qu, 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 as in quiet. Well, we're going to use that sound for blending today, but before we do, I need to tell you something about Q. Q has a best friend. Do you have a best friend? Who is your best friend? Well, Q has a best friend too. Q's best friend is you, the letter U. So you will see them together all the time. You'll see them at the library together. You'll see them at the store together. You'll see them at church together. You'll see them at McDonald's together. You'll see them at the park together. They go everywhere together, just like you and your best friend probably go lots of places together. Well, normally if you see a Q in a word, you're also going to see its best friend U. Q and U. So we're going to put Q and U together as we do our blending today. Okay, so we're going to put the vowels that we've learned so far. A and E and I and O. All right, let's do some blending. Q and U together still make this sound cool. And A says as in achoo. Cool. Qua, qua. You try. Qua, as in quack, 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 like a duck. All right, let's try the next one. Q and U says cool, and E says eh, cool, que, que. You try. Que, like question. I have a question. All right, next we're going to do Q and U with I. Cool, que, que. You try. Que, like quick, hurry, quick. Last one. Qua, qua, qua. Well, you did a great job today blending. That was all of our letter time. And now it's time for some math. So we're going to learn the 4 basic coins in America. Look behind me and you'll see the first coin. So the first coin that we're going to learn is this one. Whoa, look at this coin. This is called a penny. Can you say penny? A penny is brown. It's the only coin that looks this color. This is the front and this is the back. A penny is worth 1 cent. Now let's look at a nickel. Can you say nickel? Nickel. A nickel is silver in color. This is the front and this is the back. A nickel is almost the biggest in size, not quite. It's a little bit smaller than the biggest one. A nickel is worth 5 cents. 5. Let's take a look at this one. Whoa, look at this. This is a dime. Can you say dime? Dime. A dime is the smallest in size and it's silver in color. A dime is worth 10 cents. 10. Now let's look at one more and it's the biggest in size and in value. This is a quarter. Can you say quarter? Quarter. A quarter is also silver. This is the front and this is the back. A quarter is worth 25 cents. Can you say 25? 25 cents. Well, now that we know the names of all those quarters and their values, let's play a little game to practice. Okay, so I want you to point on your screen to the penny. Where is the penny? Remember, the penny is brown. You found it. There's the penny. Now I want you to point to the dime. Remember, the dime is the smallest in size. Where's the dime? There it is. Good job. Now find the nickel. The nickel is silver and it's almost the biggest, but not quite. Where's the nickel? There it is. Good. Now we need to find the quarter. The quarter is the biggest. It's silver. There it is. There's the quarter. Good job. Now let's see if we remember the value of these coins. How much is a quarter worth? Is it 10, 5, or 25 cents? A quarter is worth 25 cents. Good job. How much is the dime worth? 5, 10, or 1 cent? A dime is worth 10 cents. Good job. How much is the nickel worth? Is the nickel worth 5, 25, or 1 cent? A nickel is worth 5 cents. How much is the penny worth? A penny is worth 10, 1, or 5 cents. 1. The penny is worth 1 cent. Game over. Great job. You did it. Well, you did a super terrific great job learning the names of those coins and their values. Now it's time for us to talk about where we get coins from. So let's look for just a moment at this slide. So did you know that coins are made? They're made in places called mints. There are different mints around the country. And once the money is made, it's sent to a big bank called the Federal Reserve Bank. There are also several of these around the country. These big banks send the money to smaller banks, like the banks in your city or town. And from there, it goes to people. The people can choose to shop and buy things with their money or save it. Let's take a closer look at how coins are made. So a person draws the picture that's on the coin, a special coin artist. And then that coin is made into a stamp or press. You can see here that these metal circles don't have anything on them. But this coin press is going to push down using lots of force onto that blank circle, and it's going to leave a picture behind. Big machines make lots and lots of coins. Here you see some pennies being made, and here's some quarters. Whoa, that's a lot of coins. Let's take a closer look at a quarter. Well, coins aren't flat anymore. Once they press it on there, it has a raised picture, and that's called a relief, when something is raised up from the background. Now, you'll also, if you have a coin, feel that it has an edge on it, a raised edge. That's like the part that goes all the way around the outside of the coin. Now, if you look very closely at what's on the coin, you'll see a year. That tells when the coin was made. That's the date. And then you're going to see some little letters that tell who the artist or designer of the picture was. And then you'll also see a letter that tells you which mint made this coin. Remember, there are several mints around the country that make coins. You'll also see on the coin a picture, usually the head of a president, and some other picture, often a building on the back. We call this part, this side, heads, and we call this side tails when we're doing a coin flip. So those are the basic parts of a coin and also how coins are made in a nutshell. So it's time for us to go over to the art table and make our very own bank to save our coins in. So let's go to the art table, everyone. Okay, so today we're going to make a bank, so you'll need some kind of container, and I have some ideas here. Maybe you could use an empty potato chip canister, or maybe a jar, or a water bottle, or even a coffee container if you have one. So when you decide upon your jar, whichever container or jar you're going to use, then you can decorate it. So I'm going to choose this potato chip canister. I'm just going to wrap it with a piece of paper. Scrapbooking paper makes it look really pretty. So if you have some of that, you can use it, or just use plain paper like me. So I'm going to wrap that paper around my container. I'm going to tape it or glue it, and then I'm going to decorate it. So I think I'm using superheroes to decorate my superhero stickers to decorate my bank, but you can decorate yours with crayons or markers or however you'd like to. Okay, if you want to get a grown-up to put a hole in the top, you can, or you could just take off the top and drop your coins right in. Okay, let's give it a try. I put a hole in the top of mine, so I'm going to put a coin in there. There you have it. There's our little bank that we made today to save your coins. For story time today, we're going to read a book called You Can't Buy a Dinosaur with a Dime. Clink, 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 clinkety. Money saved in a bank makes your brain think thinkety. Pete has nickels, quarters, dimes. He'd like to buy a toy. If he can pay for what he wants, he'll be a happy boy. Mom says, Pete, the money's yours to spend at Harry's store. And if you choose to spend it all, then you can save some more. Pete finds a scary dinosaur as green as sour pickles. He wonders how much it will cost in quarters, dimes, and nickels. Pete lines all his quarters up and then adds 7 dimes. Unsure of the total sum, he counts it 2 more times. Pete's bank is almost empty now. He puts it on a shelf. He has a brand new dinosaur and 30 cents total wealth. Pete holds Tyrannosaurus Rex and names him Dino Jack. Then he reads a comic book called If Dinosaurs Came Back. At dinner, Pete is looking sad. He wishes for more money. Though he likes his dinosaur, an empty bank feels funny. You'll get $2, says his dad, if you clean the yard. Then you can start to save again. The work is not too hard. Pete carries out old papers and sweeps the dirty floor. He sorts through the recycling and puts it by the door. Here are 8 new quarters, his dad says with a smile. Pete is glad to get them. He'll save them for a while. When Pete gets his allowance, he puts it in his bank. 5 dimes and 5 nickels, clinkety clinkety clank. Lucky Pete, he finds a dime on his way to school. He sells 6 baseball cards to Kate, who thinks the cards are cool. Pete puts the money in his bank, 6 nickels and a dime. 40 cents goes through the slot, 1 coin at a time. Pete hears the car keys jingling. Dad's walking out the door. I'd like to come along, Pete says, to shop at Harry's store. The store is full of pretty things all lined up row by row. But Pete is after dinosaurs and knows just where to go. A small dino costs $2. A triceratops is $3. Pete says, the little dinosaur is a better price for me. Pete makes a tough decision. Dad's waiting at the door. He chooses Stegosaurus and won't spend any more. Pete carries his own package. Dad says, let's get a snack, and you can bank your money as soon as we get back. Clink, 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 clinkety. Money saved in a bank makes your brain think thinkety. The end. Well, I hope you've had some fun today with our Q is for quarter, and we talked about other kinds of coins. Tomorrow, R is for rocket. So we're going to blast off and make a rocket ship together. So I'll see you then. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.